it is Igon Games here, and today I'm streaming, currently recording a video with some of the people who are in the streams and in the Discord. It'll be linked in the description. And in today's video, since most of the tier lists have just been from the beginning of the game, with the rares staying as the rares and the mythics being the mythics, and it's kind of just the mythics are being at the top, this tier list is going to be a group consensus on if every unit was a mythical. We're going to have S tier, A tier, B tier, C tier, and D, and this is just going to be in general. So this is going to be infinite challenge mode story. There's nothing in specific. This is just going to be in an overall tier list. So, starting off, Zoro. Where are we putting Zoro, guys? Where are we putting Zoro?
Zoro, huh? I think he's actually pretty good.
We think B? I mean, he has good linear AoE. He's got a pretty low SPA.
A tier just because he's cheap, he's linear, True. He has crit, and he's like, he does pretty good damage.
Is this pretty high?
Yes. From what I've seen, people like have him, and he's doing like 33k without like rank ups and shit, and only like being mythical. So it's actually really good, especially because most starter units, because they are rares, they start off as rares. They're really cheap. So they are some of the best like starter units because you can just max them so quickly. They have good damage because now they classify as mythics, and Zoro especially since he has that crit chance. So his 33k can start hitting for like 66k.
And obviously the thing also with this is if you rank them up, you need the rare units to rank them up, right? You don't need another mythical version. So that does help. So now I've got Mandalorian. Mandalorian personally, I think it sucks. What do you guys think?
Honestly.
I really do. Never even used them. I don't even know what he does.
He does suck. There's a guy in the Discord, I forgot what his name is, but he basically like this is his favorite unit, and he said it himself as well. It's just not usable.
Yeah, I think for the majority, most of the people haven't even put this or considered it to be on the team in general. So there's that easy D. If you guys want to complain for it to be in high, you can, but you're wrong. Starting next with Harry Potter. What are we thinking? Harry Potter. He's high damage. He's got good range.
I used him in beta testing as mythical. If his stats are still the same, I would say B tier. He's not the best, but he's also not as like as a mythical. He does some good damage. He has good SPA.
B2 tier, yeah.
He's just a single hit though, isn't he? Right? Like he doesn't have good AoE.
He gets splash. He gets splash.
Oh, splash. Oh, okay.
Yes. He gets splash really fast. He's not too expensive. He's pretty cheap. His damage is good. He's an overall good unit as a mythical.
Doesn't he have like an ability that levitates enemies?
Yes, that as well. He slows enemies as well.
That's looking kind of nice.
So we're saying B tier, just in general?
I'm saying
not great, not worse?
Probably top of B.
Okay. Sanji, what are we saying? Sanji's A or S, right? Has to be S.
Has to be S. I mean,
it's a money unit, it's a buff unit, it's very good, right?
It's not even about the money or the buff. His money goes from 28 to 78. You know how big of an increase that is? It's every time his it's according to his SPA. So that means if you have 1 SPA, that's 78 gold per second.
Yeah.
If you have less than 1 SPA, that's like double the gold per second.
And how many can you place them?
You can place 3 of them.
So obviously, that would be good for doing challenge modes to buff units and infinite mode. So,
it's just good for everything.
Yeah. So then we've got Shinobi. What are we thinking about Shinobi?
Her buffs are pretty good now.
That's the thing.
Shinobi pretty good, yeah.
Shinobu is in a particular place, right? No one uses her damage buff. They only use her buffs. If you do use her as damage, it's if you have Omnipotent on her, because her poison actually does more damage than it's supposed to. So realistically, A tier, because you want that buff for infinite and story mode, because her buff goes crazy.
Are we putting her above Zoro, or are we?
Probably above, yeah.
Okay.
I would say above.
Yeah, definitely, because you need her for infinite later on.
What about Naruto? What are we thinking? Never personally used him that much myself, but
I've used him like once. He'd probably be good because like it's just like most artists are just cheap, right? So
yeah. Just in comparison to everybody else.
I'd say maybe under Harry Potter.
Like,
yeah, I'm okay with that.
We like saying C or are we saying B?
Like B, but like under Harry
Yeah,
Potter.
yeah.
Because obviously all the units are going to be good. It's just obviously some are just going to be better than others. But all of them are
definitely
good.
think most of them are like at least average or above.
Yeah. All right. So what are we saying about Eren? Never used it that myself either.
I'd say Eren is actually pretty good. I won't lie.
I'd say Eren is A tier.
So what would we say the benefits of Eren? Is it like good AoE? Is it good range?
Definitely good AoE.
Good
His
AoE.
damage goes crazy. Like his top half gets so much damage.
And the AoE is huge too. The only thing is his range. I'm pretty sure it's kind of mid, but like his damage and his AoE is like hella big. So it's like
valid, very cool. Now Rengoku, one of the starter mythics, very good for stories, pretty decent damage, low SPA. What are we thinking?
I'd honestly say like highest A tier.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Either highest A tier or like the bottom of S.
Yeah,
because the thing is, he's good. Hey, can you calm down? He's like good for artifact run. He's good for like challenge. He's good for story, but he falls off in infinite.
No,
that is true. The damage slacks a little bit. Yeah.
That's why I'm saying the top of A tier, because he does suck in infinite.
Yeah.
But the rest of the gameplay he excels at. S tier is like it's good at everything. You know.
Pretty much.
Right. Rukia's brother, Bakari, or whatever it's called. What are we saying? Sorry, guys. What are we saying? A lot of people I know want to make this mythical. I don't know why, because I barely use it myself, but a lot of people want to make this mythical.
He's pretty good.
He's pretty good. His bottom path also does bleed.
This might be an unpopular opinion, but S tier.
Really?
He's really good.
State your argument. State your argument why it's an S tier, because people are going to comment like, why have you put him S tier? You've not given a reason.
Let me explain. Let me explain.
Okay.
At Legendary alone, he was doing 11k damage. Full upgrade. He's full AoE as well.
Full AoE is pretty good.
If you have a mythical, he will probably do like double the damage. So let's say like 22k. That's almost as much as Time Maiden does. But he's also full AoE. His range is not that good, but if you have buffs on him...
This SP is kind of low too.
Yeah.
Okay, Nami. What are we thinking about Nami?
Okay, that works, I guess.
Yeah.
Nami is an S tier buff, I say.
Honestly, yeah, because her buff is forever, and you can also stack her lower buffs to get more crit chance and more range.
And is it correct that... sorry, cutting you off. Is it correct for the Nami that she buffs everybody in the range, and like some of them only do specific people? So it's like pretty good.
Yes.
Okay, and you can place 4 of her, right? You can place 4 of her, so...
It's 4 of them, and like I just said, games, you can use it, like one of them you have max upgrade, and then the other 3 you can have the second to last upgrade, and the upgrade stack. So then you can use it on units like Byakuya, who don't have a lot of range but are full AoE, and then their range goes fucking crazy, and they full AoE everything and just nuke.
Yeah, that's very valid. Okay, moving on to the next 2 time stop units, Dio and Jotaro. What are we saying?
I mean, overall Dio is better than Jodo. I mean, they both have the time stop, but in terms of damage, Dio is better, I think.
But Jotaro has low SPA, doesn't he? He has like lower SPA.
Jotaro has a lot lower
Not only that, I'm pretty sure, let me look at the Trello quickly, because I think Jotaro's time stop is also better.
It's active. So
also, the other day, Valk told me that he easily picks Jotaro Mythic over Dio Mythic. So, I mean, like, I'd take his word.
That's because Jotaro's Mythic does line AoE.
Yeah.
While Dio doesn't, he's just single target.
Yeah. So obviously with Dio, it's low cost, it's pretty decent damage, low SPA. It's obviously got the time stop for infinite, so it'd be good for infinite. It'd be decent for story, and it'd probably be good for challenge mode, right? Would you say, or would you say you probably use other units?
For challenge, no.
So where are we putting it around here? Would we say it's an A unit or S?
I'd put it at B.
You put it B? Are we saying above Harry Potter? Surely.
Yes. Because the problem with Dio is, right? Yes, he might do a lot more damage, but he's still a single target.
Yeah.
No.
You're better off going Jotaro because he also has time stop, but he's line AoE.
So, just the pure fact of that, are we going to put a Dio in C tier, just because it's basically worse Jotaro at Mythic?
Yeah, I'm kind of down.
Yeah. Because I mean,
Because
realistically, they're basically the same unit. It's just that one's better.
Yeah. Also, like you have to keep in mind, Jotaro is an epic, which is easier to get, so you can rank him up better. Whilst Dio is like a legendary.
That is true.
And there's another thing. Jotaro, his time stop is also cheaper to get.
That is true.
His time stop upgrade alone is like 1.5k, while Dio's is 5.5.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, moving on. We have Goku. Now, Water has this guy at Mythic already, so you're probably the best one to give us an idea on the rating.
He's the GOAT. He's cheap. He has a ton of range. You can easily clear challenge rift with it. You can easily do anything except story, because not story, infinite, because he falls off in infinite. But the rest of the gameplay, he just clears. 109 range, 1.3 SPA that I have on mine. I do have nano machines on it though, so that might be a bit biased. But
True.
he has no SPA. He's a line AoE, so his 109 range goes fucking crazy. He snipes everything from the back. You can place 4 of them.
Damn.
And
That's good.
He's cheap. Like he's a cheap starter. You can place 4 of them.
And the range is crazy.
Yeah, I think he's easily S.
So, just since they're damage units, should we put all the damage units above the support units, just in general? Because obviously you need damage units for the support units to be effective.
Yeah.
Okay. Now Sakura, also another buff unit. Where are we putting her in the grand scheme of things?
Does the Mythic buffer rebuffs then?
No, it doesn't. I'd say honestly A tier under Shinobu.
So around here. Because you can place 4 of them, relatively cheap. They're good for the Dragon Radars, for the challenge modes and infinite modes.
Yes.
But
And it's also good because Sakura, like her buff is 8 seconds cooldown, but after that she already buffs it again, so it's basically a permanent 50% damage buff.
And they only buff 1 unit at a time, right? So obviously that's not too ideal.
Yes,
But you can place 4
infinite.
of them, so
Yeah,
She buffs
exactly.
all of the units nearby.
Yeah, well, that's what-
A range.
I'm pretty sure she doesn't. Let me
No,
check.
I'm pretty sure she does.
She does.
Yeah, she
does.
might.
She buffed
Yeah, no,
everyone.
she does, She does buff everyone like every 8 seconds, yeah.
Yeah, she buffs everyone in her thing.
That's in her range, yeah.
So everyone just gets free 50% damage, you know.
Yeah.
Yep.
And alright, I get everybody in the server for the luck boost. It's the moment of the hour. It's Steve. Realistically, all of us would want to put him at the top of S, but being realistic, where are we putting him in the table? Because he's a good summoner. He's got the 250% damage boost. With traits, you'd be getting even more. He's obviously quite low cost. He's a legendary, so ranking up wouldn't be as difficult as doing for a mythical unit. But obviously, the summons are a little bit worse than Madara, give or take. But they have a good buff, and you can place 2 of them, so it's pretty good. What are we thinking?
Between Rengoku and
I'll
Shinobu,
say put S.
Okay.
A tier.
I'll say put
between-
S.
I agree with in the middle of Shinobu and Rengoku. Either that or above, personally. But
Because the thing is, he does a lot of damage. He has gassed. He also has one of the biggest damage buffs in the game, 250%.
Should we say Botmaster just because of purely the boost and everything?
yeah, why not?
It's really good for story as well. It's really good for the start of Infinites and Infinites in general for the buffs. I've been getting some chats in the live chat saying Jotaro should be moved up to A. What do we think about that? Do we think he should stay where he is, or?
I
He
mean,
should at least go to A rank.
yeah, why not?
But the issue is, we're going to have a lot of units in the top ranks. We should probably try and move some down to make it even.
That's not a bad thing, though. That just means the game is balanced.
That is also true. That is also very true.
Balanced how? They're all on top tier.
That is true. The end of the day, some of the units have to be better than the others.
I think he probably means more that like everything can be used.
Yeah, we'll just wait till the very end and then we'll try and even things out if we can. Right,
Yeah.
moving on though, we've got Ichigo. What are we thinking about Ichigo? A rare unit.
Why did you put Harry up and fucking Jotaro down? What?
Damn, bro. I remember when Harry Potter did the world, bro. That shit was
Wait, sorry,
crazy,
I'm
man.
tripping. I'm sorry. I didn't even notice.
It's a 10-hour stream. No, it's an 11-hour stream. It'd be like that. It'd be like that.
Right, it's been 11 hours, guys. It's been a long day. It's been a long day. But yeah, moving on. Ichigo, what are we thinking?
Ichigo. He's cheap,
Pure
obviously.
He's definitely cheap. He's a rare unit, easy to rank up.
No.
Honestly, I'm gonna say it, but A tier again.
Are we sure? Are we sure not top of B? So are we saying he's better than Eren and Zeke? Are we saying that's 100%, or are we saying he's
Zeke?
worse? Sorry. Yep, you know what I mean.
Honestly,
like-
yes. Because
Yeah.
he also gets line AoE, but he also gets his mask ability.
That
and
is
his
true.
mask ability increases his damage by a lot. And I'm pretty sure he also gets bleed from what I remember. No, he doesn't. But his Bankai does increase his damage by 200%. So that's kind of
That's a
crazy.
pretty good buff.
That's actually pretty good, yeah.
Okay.
So
That does sound pretty fair. Now, moving on to the next unit. The Goat Money unit, Bulma. What are we thinking?
Easily ass.
Has to be an S, right? It has to be.
I mean,
okay,
it's just
listen to me. Under Bulma.
What did we say? What was that?
Under Sanji, I mean.
Under
under
Sanji?
Sanji.
Yes.
Like,
Yeah,
Fair
he
enough.
Sanji's better in terms of.
We're
like,
talking about his
story,
end
talent.
game, right? End game, right?
yeah,
Sanji,
like full
everything,
mythics,
just
like full
everything.
mythics. Everything's mythics.
Yeah.
Sanji, if you get him below 1 SPA, he's gonna be generating you so much gold that you will literally swim in it like an OnlyFans model.
Like Donald Duckburg in that vault.
Crazy analogy, but fair enough.
I mean, there doesn't really have to be much explanation about that. It's obviously one of the best
Yeah,
money units
it's-
in the game. If it's mythics,
One-
it's given more than legendary, and
One of
legendary
the only
is good.
few. So
Right, Whitebeard. What are you thinking? Not as strong
Meta
as
unit,
some of.
yep.
Are we saying guess? Are we saying guess?
I personally can't rate him, but I've heard a lot of good stuff about him.
I mean, personally, like his final upgrades are really good AOE, and he does do a lot of attack cycles at once, so he does hit pretty quickly. In comparison to like Broly and Madara, he probably slacks on the damage a little bit, but he is
Not really, because in my opinion,
Slightly.
Whitebeard is better than Madara. For the single
think?
reason, he has Tsunami. Tsunami, if you played Bloons before, it's basically like the monkey storm, right?
Yeah.
Hits the whole map for his damage. So that means if your Whitebeard is buffed to the brim, he's gonna be hitting like, let's say, like 100 units for 1 million damage each.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is true.
That's 100 million, just like that.
Oh,
Then
can I give my opinion?
Then
Yeah.
his bottom,
Yeah.
1 second, right? His bottom path also has multiple attacks. It has a full AoE, it has a line, and it also has a circle AoE. So it has 3 attacks that are on separate cooldowns.
Yeah.
Also, by the way, the bottom path, his cooldown is also really short, not that long actually.
Yes, and they're all on separate cooldowns.
So realistically, if we're against, if
Probably above Goku, right?
if we're doing an
No.
infinite, right? If we're doing an infinite, are we picking Madara or Whitebeard? If we had to pick one unit.
Me personally,
Whitebeard.
I'm picking Whitebeard.
Okay. If we're doing a challenges, are we picking Madara or Whitebeard?
Whitebeard.
Yeah,
Really?
yes, I still play Whitebeard actually.
Okay.
Because
Yeah,
you get
Whitebeard.
1,500 in challenge.
Okay.
You can put that Whitebeard.
So basically, in story mode, you pick Whitebeard as well. So we're saying collectively that Whitebeard is better than Madara, but they're both S tier units.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Madara has some better things, but it's only if Burn ever gets like buffed or something.
Because both units you can place 2 of. They're both obviously mythicals, so they're going to be hard to like rank up. But obviously, they are some of the hardest hitting damages in the game, and they are quite cheap to place for challenges, and they can carry you for, you know, quite a lot from I've seen from my streams. Because as soon as I got Madara, I was winning games like there's no tomorrow. So right, this is probably going to be pretty obvious, but we'll have discussion anyways. Broly, what are we thinking?
Probably
Infinite matter.
I think it might have to be D, guys. Right? Maybe D.
yeah.
See, I can see an argument for.
He fell off, low key.
I mean, he only does a
Okay.
little bit of damage. Are we putting him above
Personally?
Whitebeard?
Quite a bit. Yeah,
Yeah, I feel it has to be.
his damage is insane.
He's a battle pass
Yeah.
unit. His range is ridiculously high.
The only thing that would be annoying about Broly is that you do need duplicators.
Yeah.
Other than that, it's like, if we're kind of that you already have him at like max, then yeah, easily
Yeah.
probably the best unit.
And obviously, if you get the doppelganger traits on him, he's going to be ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
Right, Luke Skywalker.
Yeah, he's insane.
Luke Skywalker, I don't know, man. I've never used him before. But that's
Water, what do you say?
Honestly, I don't even know.
How do you, out of all people, you don't?
Is there any way we can
wait,
just
I
take him
think
off the
it's
screen? After
Wait,
that.
I'm pretty sure the Luke Skywalker bottom path is a little bug, right?
There's no way we put all Star Wars people in like a low tier, bro. Okay. Please tell me Darth Vader's good at least. Because there's no the only non-anime stuff is like the low A tier, bro. The whole A tier and above is just anime characters. Except for Steve, thank God. The
Steve
one
the
guy.
goat. Steve
The
is
one
the goat.
guy that made it up there. I got it. We gotta check the Trello. Top Pat. I mean, he gets some alright stuff, I guess.
Yeah. I feel like out of all of these units, though, he has to be ranked kind of low because nobody talks
He's
about him. Nobody
probably
uses
low,
him.
exactly. Unless he's like super like hidden. Like,
Luke Skywalker
coded.
versus Boba Fett. What are we saying?
Wait.
Apparently
why
he's
is
circle
Dio
AoE.
C tier?
We'll put C tier. Okay. I mean that's fair.
Why is no.
Yeah,
Why
agree,
is
agree.
Dio C
Agree.
tier?
Why is Dio C tier?
Because we need something in C tier.
Because for one, we do need something in C tier.
Boys?
But our judgment was for Dio against Jotaro. If it's a mythic, Jotaro and Dio basically both have a time stop, except Jotaro's low SPA, and it does pretty decent damage, and it costs less than Dio. So like, just in general, because this isn't just infinite, this is like in general, like all the modes.
Yes.
Dio's probably better for infinite, but like in comparison to the other modes, Jotaro probably beats him on all of them. So that's why we've done that.
But let me speak a point. Dio has this. He knocks the people back, and Jotaro has like this entire world time stop for 3.5 seconds, I think.
Yeah.
And that's not really long for like double speed. Like 1.75 seconds. So
But Dio's only good in infinite though. That's the thing.
I think regardless, we
Not
should
only-
probably just finish
Dio does
the
like 4k
units.
damage.
Yeah, I think we should finish the
Yeah,
units for now.
let's just finish the units because there's only 2 left, and then we like rearrange it all.
Alright, Darth Vader, what are we thinking?
I don't know what he does.
I don't know either, but he's a
I
legendary
want him
unit.
though.
He's a legendary unit. He looks cool, but that obviously doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, he seems kind of costly. Not gonna lie.
Honestly,
Who?
I don't want to do it, but are we gonna put him?
Apparently he summons. Okay, that's cool.
If he summons, that could be pretty good.
Or does
He
apparently
does
so,
some. It's a bottom path, I think.
on his upper path it says he summons an orbital strike that does 5 times his damage on all enemies.
On all that. Wait,
That's good.
could that be a B then? Bottom of B? Could that argue B?
Wait, by all enemies, are you saying that all like every single
think
enemy on
above
the
now-
Yeah, it says every enemy on the battlefield. It has a 200-second cooldown though, which is actually kind of big, but
That's kind of long though.
yeah,
That is
but it
kinda
does
long.
5 times his damage, around 5 times his damage, which is low-key pretty high. I think like I mean that's pretty good though, no?
Are we picking him above Harry Potter though? In general,
Definitely, yes.
yeah.
Probably, yeah.
I guess,
I mean,
yeah.
if he does all that, if he summons and he can like hit all the enemies with an ability, I mean, Harry Potter's
Yeah, he is okay. Okay, Time made the finish one. They've got the nuke ability that obviously does 14,000 times the damage of whatever you're doing. Very short range, low SPA. Only really good for infinite, so probably bottom of S or A. What are we thinking?
I want to say bottom
I'll
of S
say-
just because I love her, but that's just me thing.
I would say like above Rengoku in A tier.
You think? Yeah,
I,
because realistically, it's only good in infinite mode. In any other
He's
mode,
only
it's
above
not
Rengoku.
really worth doing. But it's a buff unit, right? So that's also pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
I think she's the only buff unit to give crit chance actually, though, which is actually
Nami.
No.
Nami
Nami
does?
Nami
Oh, my
also
fault,
gives
my
great
fault.
chance. Nami.
my fault.
But obviously,
Yeah.
this tier list is a little bit lopsided with the majority units at the top. Are we going to keep it as this, or are we going to try and like delayer them down so the tiers are a bit more even? Because having 1 unit in D tier and 2 in C, and like the majority
I
at the
agree, I
top.
agree. I'd say if anything, like we could easily put Ichigo and Zoro probably in B. Because okay, with A, everything is like Byakuya obviously goated.
Yeah.
Jotaro again, really good time stop.
Mhm.
See, Eren actually just does an insane amount of damage. I'm gonna be real. So
Okay.
I don't know. I think he's kind of fine there.
So Jotaro, are we arguing he's this far down low in the A tier just because, or are we saying he's better? He's better than any of the ones in A tier?
I mean, because just already time stop carries him.
Yeah.
So it's like, and you know, not everyone can do that. I would like exactly only Time Maiden probably, and he's the cheapest one too. So I think his placement's fine.
Because let's think about this. If you're going into a story mode or an infinite mode, are you picking a Rengoku or are you picking a Jotaro? Because they're both low cost, they're both cheap, they're both decent damage, low SPA.
I personally would pick Rengoku. With his ability, he deals good damage.
It's a bit hard to say because like if you have Time Maiden, then what's the point of Jotaro?
Yeah.
Right.
Exactly.
But actually,
Yeah.
no,
That's
I think you can probably use both of them, right? Though, to be fair, both time stops.
Yeah, you can
probably can.
use both of them.
You can probably
I
chain
made
them.
something.
Okay, quite a few people in the chat are saying how is Whitebeard better than Madara?
We already explained it. I think that's
We did not explain.
we already explained it. Watch the video.
The thing is, I think most people will just skip to the end and not hear the explanation. So like they'll see Whitebeard's
true.
better than Madara and they'll be like,
Yeah, that's valid.
why is
Yeah,
that?
that's
Because the
valid.
video's like half an hour long, bro. This is a
Okay,
full
that's
in-depth
fair enough, fair
discussion.
enough.
But I don't know, like, I found doing the challenge modes a lot easier with Madara. I think story modes are still easy in Madara. Infinite modes
Just
can be
because
just as
Whitebeard
good.
is higher doesn't mean Madara is like bad. Madara is still like obviously amazing.
Yeah.
It's just Whitebeard's a tiny bit better because he hits everyone with his wave. So it's like
They're kind of the same.
Not only the wave, he has 3 attacks and one of them is literally full AoE.
exactly. So it's like
Yeah. And the kind of
You
issue.
also cannot forget the tsunami.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
cooldown tsunami. So low.
That is
It
true.
is.
And obviously, you guys are probably seeing why is there so many support characters at the top, but obviously they're meta for Infinite and they're also meta for Challenge Mode because they can help a lot with the highest damage unit. If you just stack buff them, it can do like it can do a lot. It can do very much. Yeah. So let's look at the S tier. Are we fine having Broly as the top S tier?
easily. It's
For sure.
Yeah,
he's dumb. He's like the main full AoE unit. And if you get the battle pass, that's not going to round about it, but if you get the battle pass, you do get him shiny as well.
Yeah.
Which
So
I mean,
and then are we fine? Are we fine with how everybody's done in the S tier? Are we fine with that?
No, Goku should go to A tier.
I can agree with that.
You think
Yeah,
Goku
it's
should
It's
go
because
to
he
A?
likes an infinite. The only thing is that he likes an
Yeah,
infinite.
exactly. Like,
So are we putting him? Would we use
I think-
him above Rengoku or below Rengoku?
Probably just
I'd
below
say
Rengoku.
below. Yeah.
Probably
Just
below.
like one below
Okay.
Rengoku. Yeah.
I mean, granted, he can be good in Infinite if you put the Death Note on him because of his range and his.
That is
line AoE.
true.
Because I did.
I mean,
Because when I did it in previous videos, when I did the tier list and I put Minecraft Steven A, a lot of people were telling me that for the 250% buff, it should easily be S tier. So I think we're gonna keep him there for now because I mean,
people are
obviously,
failing to realize, yes, the 250 is strong, but it's only on one unit.
yeah.
Yeah.
But he's still an S tier, he's just obviously below us.
Of
And to be
course.
fair, since you can technically have a deck of 7 units in the game, S tier there is 7 units up there. Obviously, you probably wouldn't use all 7 of those specifically. But I mean, you know, it's just kind of fit in.
Yeah.
You can fit 7, those are the 7
I mean,
best.
you can actually do. Those are like, that's like a go-to team.
I mean, it is, to be fair.
That's actually a good team back in the
Wait, yeah, now I think about it, you've got the 3 high damage units at the start. You've got Sanji for the buffs, you've got Nami for the buffs. You've got Steve for the buffs and the summons. And you've got Bulma for the money. And you've also got Sanji for the money. So, actually, that is a pretty good team. That would be very good for Infinite Mode, for someone to have pure DPS. For Challenger mode, that would also be pretty good to have, because you've got Madara and Whitebeard for the DPS, and then you've got Sanji and Bulma for the money in the supports. And then obviously, any of these units you can use for story mode, so it doesn't really matter about that, because any story mode you can complete with, you can even complete it with Boba Fett and Luke Skywalker, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, exactly. It's
and like, again, this tier list is so skewed because this is if they're all mythical, which this whole game's like mechanic is every mythical can be very good, so that's probably why we've put them all at the top, because they can be.
Like by the end of the day, most units, if not all, are can be viable. It can be made like decently viable.
Except Boba Fett.
Yeah. Maybe I'll give up.
At the start of the tier list I used to do, I swear I thought it was the Mandalorian. I kept calling him the Mandalorian. Yeah.
Oh, what's the Mandalorian guy? What's he doing?
Basically the same thing. Anyways, so obviously for the people who comment like on very specific scenarios, like this unit should be S because infinite mode it does this. This is like a very general on all of the modes. And obviously, if you think that an A tier unit should be in an S, or you think some of the Bs should move up to A, that's completely fine. But this tier list has been made by quite a lot of people. The people in the live chat are also giving us praise. We've obviously got about 5-6 people in the Discord. Obviously, also doing it.
I would have done this different, but you know, who am I to talk?
Why? What would you have changed?
What would you have changed?
Half of it.
How much?
How much?
Ichigo, Zoro should go to A tier.
Really put them down just to
but that's just like to even it out.
I know.
So so you're saying should we put Ichigo at the top since they were the bottom of the A tier?
I agree with that. Yeah. I'm fully okay with that.
No, I'm gonna make my own tier list.
Pretty valid because every one of us has like the same opinion of all the units.
And
pretty much, the only one I'm like half on is like maybe Darth Vader is like super goated, but nobody uses him. Other than that, I don't know.
No one's used him enough to find out.
Yeah, exactly. Good. Like, if I get him, I'll try him out. I'll make him mythic. I don't care, and I'll and I'll test it. But
we will find out on the next 12 hours.
Yeah.
But anyway, guys, that is the tier list. If you guys disagree, then you know, you're wrong, basically. You can have your own views. Realistically, this tier list, even if you disagree with some parts, this is pretty good, just in general.
If you disagree, make your own video.
Yeah, but feel free to comment down below. If you have an issue with tiers, if you have an issue, please give detailed descriptions. Don't just say, why is this guy S tier? Say, like, why is this guy S tier? Because blah, 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 blah. Because just commenting without giving a reason doesn't really give any validity to your statement, because this entire tier list we've given a whole discussion with a group, so obviously it's pretty good. But obviously, I've been Argon Games. Shout out to everybody if you'd like to say your names in the if you want to shout yourselves out, just your Discord users or Roblox.
Yep.
It's up to you.
Shout out Sunitsu. Yep. Yeah, that's me, baby. Go ahead and read the Fool on web novel. Yep.
Alright, well, thank you guys for watching anyways. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed. This has been a very long video, but you know what, if you don't want to watch it and you skip to the end, then you know, you've missed a lot of the discussions, but you know, it is what it is. But that's it. Thank you. See you. Goodbye.